Hello, friends. I'm Cassandra Joan Butler, and I'm here for your cosmic connections for the week. We're going to be talking about the new moon that we just had on Sunday, but the quarter cycle that's coming up. And why not? Let's throw summer solstice in there, plus Chiron ingress into Taurus. A lot of happenings in the world. To quote a dear friend just a few moments ago, yes, it feels like a roller coaster. And, but we just have to continue to do what we need to do so we don't fall off that roller coaster. So, just taking a sigh. First of all, hi, Judy. Welcome here tonight. We are going to first rewind a little bit to Sunday, and then we're going to go forward. So, has everyone made their new moon promises to each other? New moon is always a time to reboot. And because this new moon on Sunday, late on Sunday, I may add, it's in the air sign of Gemini. Air Gemini rules cognition, speech, verbalization. So sometimes it's a great idea to actually write out your intentions during an air sign, right? So the other air signs, of course, are Libra and Aquarius. All right, let's bring how's everyone doing? Hi, Sherry, welcome. I'm going to add my slides to the screen. And again, we're going backwards. The new moon on June 14th at 10:54, this is late in the day, Eastern Daylight Time, was at 24 degrees of Gemini. So we're still feeling kind of new and frisky, It's a new cycle to activate in our lives, going where Gemini falls in our charts. And so, step one, find where Gemini falls in your chart. Step two, find if there are any planets in your chart which are in the 24th degree of mutable. That's technology for our Virgo, our Pisces, our Sagittarius energy, because that parts of our charts will really be activated in a big way. Now, the Sabian symbol for the new moon that we're still going through is a gardener is pruning a large palm tree. Now, I know I have a lot of Florida visitors. I don't know if anyone out there has ever pruned a palm tree, but their trunks are rather strongly vertical and a little dangerous to get up. So the indication is that each of us might be approaching or dealing with something that's daunting that we have to prune, something we have to let go of during this Gemini new moon cycle, something that can be even a little dangerous, as it were, because pruning a large palm tree is not for sissies. So again, look at the esoteric meaning of letting go, cutting back dead wood in order that new growth can not just survive, but thrive. Come to think of it, I was just trimming an old orchid plant because I thought it was a goner, but there were some beautiful blossoms last night, so I just kind of got rid of the dead wood, as it were. Hey, Kathy from Florida. I was just talking about Florida, friends. Hey, Cynthia. Hi, Ryan. And she got massively triggered by a certain thing. Okay. All right. Understood, Ryan. Understood. Tammy, great to see you again. I just saw you earlier today. Thanks for being here. Hi, Dawn. Hi, Nancy, Debbie, Sherry, Judy. Always a pleasure to see Patricia and JoJo and Cindy. Big hugs to you all. And Mary. Whoa, time travels fast. Great to see you, darling. Hi, Donna. Great to see you all. So a reminder, if you have something daunting in front of you, the idea is prune it with courage and allow the energy to unfold for the next 30 days. So that was Sunday. We set our intentions under the new moon, and then we see them unfold. So our next Well, I'm going to talk about the second quarter cycle, which takes place when the moon is squared to each other. And that doesn't take place until solstice. So I'll get to that chart in just a minute. But in the meantime, friends, I'm going to do a big shout out, a blatant promotion of Lilydale Assembly and my class on the first day of the Assembly's opening in 2026. I'm going to be teaching Healing by the Stars. Clever title, isn't it? Now, when this date was thrown about by the powers that be at Lilydale, I didn't realize, and they didn't realize, that Friday the 19th of June indeed is a very much a new healing venue that's being communicated to us vis-a-vis the universe. In other words, friends, in astrological language, the wounded healing planet, or asteroid, depending on what version you want to use this body, Chiron, is making its ingress into Taurus for the first time in 50 years. Hey, any 50-year-olds out there? Or perhaps people who are 47, 48, 49, approaching the age of 50? If so, if you're in that 50-ish age range, you are going to be undergoing between now and 2033 a come to healing moment. Yes, age 50 is considered to be an initiatory period in our lives. We're no longer super young, but come on, 50, that's the new 40. You're also very young too, 50-year-olds. The point is, astrologically, there is a body which is near and dear to my heart because I am indeed the wounded healer. I have a very close relationship with Chiron. It squares my sun, so I get slapped around a lot by the world, but I try to do healing. So anyway, Taurus is the sign of embodiment, money, love, nature, the world. So as Chiron enters Taurus for the first time in 50 years, we're going to be seeing a whole lot more healing going on the planet, friends, involving things like money, nature, the earth, and love. It all starts at 5:20 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time on the 19th of June. Now, in all fairness, Chiron retrogrades backwards in September back into the sign of Aries, and then it comes back forward back into Chiron April of 2027 to remain there until 2033. It's a long cycle. So don't worry if you miss it. It'll catch up with you, I promise. But the point being, back to my initial promotion of my class, I'm teaching Healing in the Stars at Lilydale from 2 until 5. So right after the class at 5:20, bang, the healing planet goes into Taurus, first time in 50 years. Now here, I want to give you a little whisper. If you want to attend my class, I'm going to be doing a virtual segment for it. I left that as you entered this webinar tonight. There's a direct link to Lilydale. You may register, but the caveat is you must contact me if you want to attend, because this class can be virtual because of the way I teach and my very experienced aptitude for Zoom. So you can still attend my class in the afternoon on Friday the 19th, Healing in the Stars, from 2 until 5 Eastern Daylight Time, simply by registering at the Lilydale Assembly page. But let me know, because then I'll be sending you a link, a Zoom link. I would love to have you. All right, friends, so this is a big deal. The chart itself, when we do an ingress chart, isn't always that significant, but I do want to bring out some points to this particular moment in time and space. The moon will be in Virgo at the ingress, conjunct exactly the south node in Virgo. That is a loud message from the universe to let go of negative Virgo traits. Let go of perfectionism, let go of insecurity, let go of negativity, nitpicking energy. especially where you find Virgo in your chart. But there she is, Chiron at 0 degrees of Taurus. And we will be dealing with that somewhere, somehow in our charts until 2033. All right, next up is the summer solstice. And of course, we welcome the beautiful energy of summertime. We have the beginning of wintertime. It's hard to believe, on the other end of the earth. And again, a shout out to all my friends at the Cosmic Intelligence Agency. Please check out their offerings on Cosmic Intelligence Agency, including the Time Lords magazine, and subscribe to their wonderful club where you receive lots of, webinars and articles, etc. Well, the Southern Hemisphere is starting winter as the Northern Hemisphere is starting summer, but it's still, in both instances, a solstice. So the solstice for our day on June 21st is when the sun is at 0 degrees of Cancer. 0 degrees of Cancer, the Sabian symbol is a flag is unfurled and taken down, and a new flag is displayed. It's kind of like a change of allegiance, pledging allegiance to a new way of thinking and being. And of course, the flag represents what? Your tribe, your way of belief, your thinking. You should see how many flags are around Buffalo, New York during football season, right? I pledge that allegiance to those Bills and the Sabres, shall I say. Well, in any case, this is a very powerful symbol that happens every solstice when we have 0 degrees of Cancer. So we welcome summer, we welcome a time of learning, etc. But for our purposes tonight, the 21st of June is not just summer solstice. It's also the second quarter, when the sun and the moon create an angle, a 90-degree angle of internal tension. The internal tension between 0 Libra, the lunation, where the moon will be, and 0 degrees of Cancer. What happens during these quarter moons? Well, the moon doesn't look like it's a quarter. It looks like a half moon at this point. But this is the week ahead, beginning on the 21st of June, when we are really determined to get the job done. What job done? Whatever job or whatever affirmation or goal or desire that you state today as of Sunday. So you state your intentions, and then at the second quarter, at the first quarter square, you're able to do the due diligence to get things done, to get things accomplished. And you'll be extremely motivated because the sun and the moon are at that tense angle of 90 degrees. So the 0 degrees of Libra, this is very powerful stuff I'm about to share with you, so pay attention. Oh my gosh. 0 Libra in 2026, I call it the degree of the mirror. Way back when, on 220 of 2026 of February, it was a Friday, Saturn and Neptune were at 0 degrees of Aries. What's the opposite to Aries? It's Libra. What's opposite to 0 Aries? 0 Libra. And in my mind, anytime the moon is at 0 degrees, that's the mirror of this new way of imagining who we are, our own sense of sovereignty. In other words, I've done lots of seminars and work on this. I will probably do more information on this as well, friends. But if you really want to get technical, find where 0 degrees of Aries falls in your chart, because that is the degree of your new sovereignty, where you are driving down and grounding a dream into a new reality. And at the summer solstice and at the second quarter, we have 0 Libra emphasized. How are you getting feedback from others? Who's your mirror? Who's your best friend? Who is your lover, your spouse, your mirror that's giving you feedback about how you are and how you're striving to become a new, improved version of yourself? That's the magic of the mirror on this weekend coming up. So we have Chiron going into Taurus. Then we have the second quarter and summer solstice all on the 21st. And by the way, this is Father's Day too. So a big shout out to all of the fathers, stepdads, grandfathers out there that create a boundary of safety and security for their family. By the way, this cycle has Mercury, Hygeia, and Psyche all lined up together, meaning we're thinking about health and we're using our intuition to trust our own ideas about what's healthy for us, right? So you have a embodied body, Chiron and Taurus, you know what's best for you. So that may be tested in the next week or so. Ceres, which represents food, the root of cereal, I'm mispronouncing, is opposing Black Moon Lilith. There could be some news about setting situations involving food or grain, perhaps in the next week. Then we have Saturn next to Vesta. Vesta is the spiritual diviner, as it were, and Saturn is about structure and boundaries. So we may be identifying ways to activate our spiritual practices in a better way. Meanwhile, in all your relationships out there, because Venus, the goddess of love, is opposite Juno, the goddess of partnership, you may be asking yourself, is this partnership, is this marriage, this relationship, this friendship worth it? Or you may be exchanging information with your different partners to try to bolster a stronger connection. All of the above is true, starting on the 21st of June as we march towards the full moon of June 29th. Alrighty. Yes, so many things going on, Cindy. Agreed, right? Lots of things. I like what... Yes. I like Sarah's comments. Mother, father, grandmother, and grandfather. I'm with you, Sarah. We all have male and female within ourselves, but I totally identify with that statement. Good evening, Deb D. Happy Father's Day to my son. Thank you, Ryan. I appreciate that. Christina's friend. Hi, Cynthia. Hello, hello. Thanks for being here. My granddaughter is my mirror. Oh, I love that, Sarah. I love that. Hi, Susie D. Hi, Maria C. In New Zealand. Lovely here. Let us know what the weather is like, Maria. Hi, Elaine. You're never late. You just come in when you can. Okay. Hi, Mary T. Oh, you're so kind. Thank you, Mary P. Hi, Jean. Hi, Patricia. Yes, you do, Ryan. You work at Lilydale. Hi, Tracy. Hi, Cindy Claire. Hello, Katie. Nice to see you. Yes, it is. Love to see you down there, Miss Kate. And I owe you, I think I would like to see Stryber if I can. Yes, Whitney Stryber, the UFO guy, Communion from 95 or something, that book. He'll be down at Lilydale this summer. Hi, Gail P. Hi, Anne-Marie, Carol Ann. Kyla, nice to see you. Hello. And again, Patricia, come down to Lilydale vis-a-vis the link. I'll be teaching on Friday. Bobby T, nice to see you. Debbie MS. Hello, Debbie Sands. Nice to see you. Candy, Mary Russo, thanks for being here. Jojo. I think I said hi to everybody, at least the folks I see in this part of my screen. All right. Let's do a little tidbits for you, shall we? We're going to do a look ahead for the week with our focus on the mirror, focus on Libra 0. If you are an Aries or Aries rising, the upcoming week after the 21st is all about partnership for you, Aries. You're literally looking into the mirror of your BFFs, your SOs. You're trying to become a better partner. You're trying to become a stronger partner, trying to find a partner that is worthy of yourself. So it goes both ways. Taurus or Taurus rising, it's about taking care of yourself, working stronger, longer, but not depleting yourself with health. So health and work is emphasized for the Tauruses. Gemini, this energy ahead is all about fun, amusement, the muse, joy, love affairs. It'll be a good week for you, Gemini. or Gemini rising. Cancer or Cancer rising. This energy is asking you to go and nestle and create a stronger sense of safety and security within your home or family. For Leo or Leo rising, you're going to roar, Leo, because it's activating your communication house. For Virgo or Virgo rising, great time to make more money or express yourself with greater confidence. Your self-worth and value is shining in the upcoming week. All eyes are on the Libras with this lunation, feeling stronger, feeling more powerful, more charismatic. Scorpio, you might be feeling a little daft because you're a little tired. Super psychic, but a little bit more physically tired. So don't worry about it, Scorpio. You'll regain your strength, but it's time to meditate and pray and maybe pull yourself under the covers and relax a little bit. For Sagittarius, you have the opposite reaction with this upcoming lunation. Get out there and make friends, have parties, socialize. Capricorn, step into your power in the outer world, in your career. Capricorn, be a leader, be fun, be powerful, be the authority. For our Aquarius friends, it's all about travel, learning, speaking your truth. And Pisces, tapping into long-term financial concerns, making sure that your finances are going to be more secure in the future. Alrighty. So we are going to now, hi Penny, I know I loved Whitney Strieber too, right? And I love the late, great Art Bell as well. I'm one of those, coasties. Yes, NZ is the middle of winter. Absolutely. It's so amazing. We are on one planet, but so many different worlds on one planet, isn't it? Okay, I'm going to do some readings now, some spiritual work. All you have to do is sit back and relax. I say my prayer. It's all random. I close my eyes and here we go. Dear God, please allow me to serve. Please allow my words to be filled with love and light, truth, inspiration, and healing for the highest, for the best, as we align ourselves with the Holy Spirit. And I'm with, what am I with? Lisa Phillips. Okay, my thumb came to you, Lisa, and I'm going to pick on you if that's okay. May I give you a read? You have to say yes or no. Lisa Phillips. I just want to see you saying yes or no, so I have permission. So I'm waiting because it's. I mean, if you leave the room, yes, Lisa Phillips. Yes, please. Okay, thank you. Because believe it or not, I can't see you guys, and half of you I've never met. Right? I know a lot of you personally. I know your charts by heart, like Ryan's chart, right? But it's important for me to get the feeling, the vibration. As I'm tuning into you tonight, Lisa, thank you for giving me that little nugget. You're a 0 degrees of Aries. Please don't think about your life, reframe it, not as falling apart, but reimagining a new version of yourself. I want to throw out some times for you, Lisa. I mentioned this a little earlier, 2026, first time in 6,000 years that Saturn and Neptune were at 0 degrees of Aries. What that means for anyone born on the first day of spring, they're really feeling it, by the way, is that you may be feeling disenchanted with who you have been, but are struggling to give birth to a new version of yourself that you're just now imagining. So yes, the world as you know it, your world as you know it, your sense of self as you know it is, quote, falling apart and changing. But that doesn't mean that it's negative at all. And this lunation on the 21st of June for you, believe it or not, is going to be very, very positive. You're going to get more clarity, in other words, Lisa. You'll receive more clarity. You'll get some more guidance from someone you care about, reassurance from someone you care about, and you have a clear idea on how you want to proceed. The first I want to go back to November of 2024. That was the first gasp of changes in your life. Late 24, things began to switch around, turn around, kind of fall apart on the objective level. A change of career, a change of partner. And then we entered 2025, and you were just kind of doggy paddling, trying to stay on that roller coaster. But by February of this year, and as we turn the corner into October, specifically October 15th of this year, you'll be feeling more safe and secure within this new direction. I'm also getting a name for you, I believe, on the other side of life, Linda, and this sounds like a Kate, but it might be a cat, like a Kathy on the other side of life, who's giving you a lot of hope and mindful, reminding you of faith, hope, and charity. That's the message from this Kathy or Kate, but I think she likes being called Kate on the other side of life. She's saying, please keep the faith. You are so much more than you think you are. You are stopping over giving and beginning to receive as opposed to always giving yourself away. So that's the message from Spirit for you, Linda. All right, we're going to do another read. And I am with Elizabeth Barathi Repaport. Hello, Elizabeth. I'm tuning into you. And as we're tuning into you tonight, I want to say, okay, I'm just responding before I totally tune into you. You don't know a Kate, maybe it's a Kathy. I'm not always great with the names here, but yes, leaving a 30-year marriage is quite the redirection, but that's so strong in your chart. Back with our friend Elizabeth. Elizabeth. I'm seeing a canvas in front of you. I don't know if this is a literal or figurative canvas. In other words, I'm not sure if you're doing a big mural. Do you like to paint? But I'm seeing more of a bucolic type of rural scene that you sometimes lose yourself in. Kind of an impressionistic type of art that I'm seeing, something like a Monet. It's very impressionistic, but it's beautiful colors and they blend into each other. I'm giving you that image as something perhaps you're meditating on or that you're actually creating. But Spirit is saying that you are a creator, that you are not necessarily a fine artist, but you're always creating new visions. Maybe if there's photography, either or, Elizabeth, you're always getting imaginative direction in your life. That's number one. Number two, I want you, my friend, to go to where Aries falls in your chart. It feels like you've got some good transpersonal planets in Aries. Maybe your Saturn is in Aries. I'm not sure, but I'm seeing you're coming into your own masterful authority direction in 2026 to take the reins of your life and maybe become more self-employed or starting a new business. I'm getting a lot of entrepreneurship with you, Elizabeth. Number three, as I'm tuning into, there is a grandmother, I believe this is a grandmother, not a great aunt, not a mother, who was ahead of her time. She was like a suffragette, or she was, maybe it is a great grandmother. Suffragette is like the early part of the 20th century. So this is not a grandmother. This is a great grandmother who was ahead of her time, who was loud, bold, and funny. You may have had a little connection with her as a child, but she lives through you with family stories. And she was very much a dynamo. And she says you have inherited her courage and your fearlessness. And she's giving you a lot of guidance and support from the other side, and has for many years. And she loves the fact that you read about her or think about her, or maybe you've just been doing Ancestry.com. I'm not sure which. I'm not saying you should do Ancestry.com, but you have a research mind that's always looking for your past vis-a-vis your ancestors. So I leave that with you, Elizabeth. All right, friends. Well, I certainly do hope to see you at Lilydale this summer, or you can see me via Zoom on Friday from 2 to 5. I certainly hope that you explore the many offerings at the Cosmic Intelligence Agency. And most of all, I hope you have a beautiful healing connection with Chiron starting this Friday And remember, this is so cool about astrology. If you don't get it right away, we've got many years to integrate embodied healing, mind, body, and spirit healing for the next many years. Many blessings. Have a great week, Kathy and Lisa. I'm glad I made you feel better. All right. Big hugs, guys. We'll see you next week on Wednesday, 8:30 Eastern Daylight Time. Bye now.